the channel. A bit of a different setup. I'm actually going to be wearing these headphones today, and my mic is over there because I don't want to hold it, because I feel like I need my hands for what I'm about to say. I've had a pretty rough day. I had an exam, and yes, it went well, but my brain hurt right after it. And then I had to wait an abnormally long time for lunch, so then I was cranky majority of the day. But to make up for all of those problems, I'm going to be watching a comfort movie of mine that I'm sure all of you know and love dearly, because it's a beautiful movie, and it's a masterpiece, a work of art, something that it cannot be recreated ever again, because the original magic just can't be recaptured. And that is Twilight. Twilight was a movie that I watched very late growing up. I watched it like the first time in 7th grade, considering it came out in 2008, which is when I was 5. Pretty late for a kid to watch it, because all of my friends had watched it and I had never seen it before. But as a book nerd, the book nerd that I am, I decided to read the books first, and I have to say I do not like stuffing my ears as a writer. But the movies somehow made up for it, because the movies are insane. If you guys haven't seen the Twilight movies, I really recommend you go watch them before watching this video. I also want to do some trigger warnings. There's going to be blood, obviously. It's a vampire movie. Later on, there's going to be broken bones, some violence. There's also sexual harassment in the movie. If that's something that triggers you, please don't watch this video, or don't even watch the movie. It's just not worth it. I even have movie snacks for today. Today's movie snack of choice is Welch's Fruit Snacks. Pretty much the remainder of my snacks that I didn't eat while I was studying. My snacks. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's get started. I forgot we meet Jacob so early in the movie. Like, I thought he, snuck himself in. If you can't tell, I'm a Jacob auntie.
Yeah.
The only man I stan in this movie is Charlie.
Glad you're finally here.
And Boo Boo Stewart.
Cool.
At least he appreciated her. And then she whacks him. What's his name? What the fuck was his name? Who's the guy that has a crush on her? Michael? Mike! He looks like a Mike. I'm gonna call him Mike.
Right? Just Bella. Yeah, hey, I'm Mike.
Mike!
Newton.
I win! I win, baby! Anna Kendrick looks so good in these movies.
Hey, you're from Arizona, right?
The girl was popping off. This entire series was just Jessica's villain origin story. Like, I feel like she really could not stand Bella, in her heart. So I'm not gonna watch all the scenes I don't like. There are a lot of scenes in the movie that, I get super bored by, so I'm not gonna watch them, because, why would I? The first half of the entire movie is boring. Okay? This whole series only picks up for probably, New Moon, great movie, mainly because Edward's not there, and you get to see her be a person. You get to see Bella become a person. And also, Breaking Dawn Part 2, that was a fucking masterpiece. That's the one I'm ready for. I want to watch that one. I will watch that one in its entirety. Twilight, though, is 2 hours of lead up with almost no payoff. There's no gratification you get from this. It's just Edward being brooding, Bella trying to talk to him getting mad at her, and then they somehow resolve the conflict. That's literally the formula for a Twilight movie. What we've noticed about Edward in this entire, movie thing is that the man is a serial gaslighter. He's good at manipulating people because he's done it so many times. And he does it so often with Bella. Especially when the car almost hits her. There's a scene where one of her friend's cars skids on ice and, almost, rams right into her, and he stops the car. There's a fucking dent on the car. And later on at the hospital, his dad is checking her out because Colin is a doctor, and she tries to talk to Edward to thank him, and he's like, no, I didn't really do anything. And she's like, you were across the parking lot. And he's like, no, Bella, I was right next to you. You hit your head, you don't know what you're talking about. You're saying I flipped a car over? Are you fucking kidding me? There's a dent on the car! You could check it out! Sometimes I look at Robert Pattinson, and I'm like, what were they paying you to become Edward Cullen? Like, I sincerely hope it was a lot, because that is a lot of pain to act. Like, I'm guessing as an actor, that was probably his worst challenge, is to be this very, very annoying character. Edward was one of the most annoying characters in the entire movie series. Like, Bella had her moments, but Bella overall was supposed to have no personality. So I can't even get annoyed by her. He's supposed to be this brooding, dark, bad boy kind of guy, and he just plays across as either boring or very manipulative. And I don't like him, and fuck Edward Cullen. Okay, this is gonna sound very vulgar. Anna Kendrick's boobs,
No,
they looked great this movie.
for, like, hiking and camping.
Like, they really knew how to dress her up so it would flatter her. This is why you bring a switchblade on you at all times. Like, what you'll see later on, like this, again, trigger warning, sexual harassment. These men approach her in an alleyway. It's very hostile situation. If this triggers you, click off. Thank you. Watching this scene in 7th grade, I don't know what it did to my brain, but like, it cemented this weird fear of men in my mind, because I'm like, what if this actually happened to me? But then I became a black belt and I stopped caring. I'm sorry. If you're a man looking to woo a woman and you see her in a dangerous situation, just go up to the other guy and just growl at him, because that will scare them away.
And then you... nothing. It's very frustrating.
Is there something wrong with me?
She's feeling special right now. I'm different than the others. This is the one thing that redeems me for being away from everyone else. Other than I like to read books and I don't like dresses. Like, why is she validating his behavior? That's my... I feel like you should show every man the entire Twilight series and have them point out abusive or manipulative behaviors that happen in it, because that's all this series is. You've just started dating and you have a new boyfriend. Watch the show, watch the series, and see what they think. Because if they think Edward's a great person, honey, you got a big storm coming. Why must he speed? It makes me so uncomfortable. I'm not even in the car.
I'll see you later.
Tell me why Carlisle is the best character. Screw that. I'll tell you. This man understood that Edward had a crush for this girl. He didn't dissuade him from dating her. He didn't, like, limit him. But he also gave him good-ass advice for taking care of his relationship and always made Bella feel like the family. I'm just saying, he's a great dad. Also, there's so many scenes that were cut from, like Carlisle scenes. Like, a scene where he's with Esme, who's supposed to be his wife, and... Girl, I have a thing for blonde doctors now? How is this the moment she's piecing it together? He's freezing cold. He refuses to look at you. He thought you smelled terrible, even though you smelled yourself. He was smelling your blood, ma'am. I would have just thought he was weird. Guys, this next scene you're gonna watch is the best scene out of the entire movie, besides the baseball scene, because the cinematography in this scene is just 10 out of 10. Her life could have just ended here. She could have confronted him that he was a vampire, and then he would have killed her, and then the movie would be done. Imagine Twilight. A thriller. She goes to confront him. I know your secret. He kills her. He has to hide the body because everyone knows that this new girl just showed up and then she disappeared. But you don't know what happened. He kills her in the beginning of the movie. You have no clue who did it. And so you have to figure out if the Cullens were involved, and then the Cullens have to be like, no, it was the Nomads. But then they find out it was one of their own. And then they're like so confused. And then they have to take down Edward themselves. Imagine what type of best-selling movie that would be. And also, it would have just been one movie. We wouldn't have had 5 movies of absolute bullshit. Someone make the screenplay right now. He looks like he's about to eat her right now.
How old are you?
17.
How long have
How
you
long have you been
17?
17?
A while.
Hits! This was the best written part of the entire movie. See how the cinematography is just so iconic?
I know what you are.
Do you His face is cracking me up! He looks so stupid. See, he's such a sensitive little prick.
I'm not afraid of you.
I'm afraid of losing you. What bullshit.
I'm only afraid of losing you.
3 weeks! You've known him for how long? A fucking month! Bella, this is not right. This is not correct. Like, this exchange is so MGK and Megan Fox, but at the same time, it's still so cute. The Kristen Stewart playbook of acting to be Bella Swan. No scrunching, like the little thing. Little... I don't know what that's called, but she does this thing where she tilts her head and just goes... Also, she does this thing where it feels like she's like about to have a seizure, but she really just stops herself before having one. Like, I know that's not how a seizure works, but that's what it looks like. Where she just starts like, kind of like low-key vibrate. And then there's certain points where her eyes just flutter back, like she's about to have an orgasm, but she doesn't really like go into it. Like, someone stops her before having one. Like, her eyes literally roll back into her head and her eyes flutter. If you can do that, then you're Kristen Stewart.
But it's like a human only living on tofu. Keeps you strong, but you're never fully satisfied.
I live on tofu. That's so rude. I'm fully satisfied with my use of tofu. Also, I am a vegetarian, by the way. I'm watching this entire scene through. I don't care.
Game, come on, it's just a game.
You set my soul alive.
Nice kitty.
He's so attractive! Ah! Yo, I am whipped for Rosalie. And Carlisle. The blondes in this family are just so fucking attractive. Ah! If you can do that, you're automatically attractive. I'm sorry. That's just so attractive.
Our apologies. We didn't realize the territory had been claimed.
See, I love... Okay, the thing is, I love LeRon. I think that's his name. How to pronounce it, whatever. Because this guy is just the nicest guy ever. Like, obviously he does try to kill Bella later on, but that's only because Victoria's coming to kill her, and he's like, if I kill you now, this is a better alternative than to her taking it very easy and slow with you. Whereas I can just kill you in like a heartbeat and less pain, less misery, right? Instead of just protecting her, although that was a weird thing. I mean, you could have just protected her and called it a day. He's just... Also, why is he kind of attractive?
Wait for Force. We've got a ferry to Vancouver.
I have to go home. No. You have to take me home.
You can't
Okay.
go home.
Okay, when she's at home and she's going away, that is probably the saddest scene in the entire movie. Charlie outsells. Charlie's actor just... Like, he deserves so much more recognition for his work in Twilight. Charlie's actor was in the Red Riding Hood thing. Do you guys remember that movie? It was a movie with Amanda Seyfried. She was in that movie. Was that him? Guys, look it up. Find that Red Riding Hood movie and watch it, and then tell me what you think. It's really bad, but it's also really good. Same thing with this.
Come on, I just got you back.
It's just so sad. The last line hurts.
Yeah, and you know, if I don't get out now, then I'm just gonna be stuck here like Mom.
Why would you say that to his face? He's so broken now. You broke the man. Broke him to pieces. That's so fucked up. Look how he's just standing there. Ah, Charlie. I'm so sorry, Charlie.
But he's got unparalleled senses, absolutely lethal. I've never seen anything like him in my 300 years. And the woman, Victoria, don't underestimate her.
What type of warning is that? So James, he's like really strong and he can like see things really far. And his sense of smell is really nice too, so he'd make a really good chef. Also, Victoria, she's gonna fucking kill you. Okay, bye. Like, what type of advice is that?
It's too bad he didn't have the strength to turn you. Instead, he kept you this fragile little human.
That's my question.
Cool, really.
Like, she obviously did want to get turned. It's not really... She's, like, consenting to...
Tell Edward how much it hurts.
I forgot how traumatizing this scene is. Okay, best acting out of the entire movie was this scene. Like, the way that Kristen Stewart as Bella generally acts like she's in pain the entire time. But this is when she could really let herself shine, because now she's actually in pain. All montages in Twilight are weirdly, like, they're, like, weirdly put together in the way that they're weird, but they're really good at the same time. Let's go to prom. Prom's fun. I hate the hospital scene, because it's just so boring. It's just so incredibly boring. Especially because when you watch the hospital scene, she's so dependent on him, and it's so annoying. Like, you see that more in New Moon, which will be covered.
Perfect.
He's just so weird. Ugh. I still believe that Alice and Bella should have been canon, because I feel like they're so much cuter. Maybe it's because I like to make everything gay, but she would have been less toxic, let's be honest. It's done. Okay, the thing is, I skipped the ending scenes. They just danced a bunch. He kissed her on the neck. It was really cute. And then Victoria ends up showing up in the window and she's like, you killed my boyfriend. I'm gonna fucking kill you later on. And that's how we set up Eclipse. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week we'll be watching New Moon. Look forward to that one. It's the one where we get character development from Jacob. I don't like Jacob, but we'll be seeing a lot more of him next week. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. You can look in the description box for Black Lives Matter and anti-Asian hate crime resources. You can also check out my Spotify. I post covers on there. I just posted a cover for I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore by Billie Eilish. Guys can check that out on my Spotify. Also, you can check out my podcast, Weird and Wacky Tales with Gia, updates every Tuesday, and Musings of a Raging Introvert updates Fridays. This week we're talking about The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and on Weird and Wacky Tales we talked about The Legend of Cupid and Psyche, so you can check that one out. If you like this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. These are things I've heard other people say, and I'm repeating them because stay safe, stay sane, stay sanitary. I'll see you guys next time, and bye!
Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone.